Hey guys, and welcome to another episode of the Grounded Masculine podcast with me, your host, Finn McKenna Fox. So really excited to be able to share this topic because it's one I've been really churning on for quite a while. It's that whole idea of the old model of fatherhood is broken. Again, what do I mean by that? It's when we look at that old model of fatherhood, it's like how a lot of men were fucking raised, what is so much of the conditioning that is built into us as young boys. That whole idea is not serving the men that we want to be now and the fathers that we want to be now. And again, if you're listening to this podcast, if you're searching for this sort of content, it's you can see the importance and the necessity of being able to break free from that old way of thinking, to actually start understanding yourself better, to be able to start working at a different level to be able to support your family better. Because again, it's when we strip it all back, it's most of our dads were fucking awesome people. They were beautiful people, and they had a really important part to play in our lives, but a lot of them may not have been the fathers that we wanted to have. They were able to provide for us. They were able to put a roof over our heads. They were able to allow us to feel protected. But you were also told shut up and stay in the corner. You were always told to suck it up. You were always told men shouldn't fucking cry. And this is a lot of the conditioning that was modelled to us. It's men just toughen up, put this hard shell on, do not connect with their emotions, and just get on with things. You put food on the table, you work hard, and that's it. And yes, that really served the purpose in some shapes and forms. That really allowed us to set ourselves up in a certain way in family unit, and the environment that we lived in, that worked to a certain extent. But the world is very different now. So again, a lot of that older school thinking isn't going to work in today's world. But on top of that, we realised that although our parents, our fathers were this real fucking strong provider, but he wasn't able to be emotionally present with us. He wasn't able to teach us how to actually understand ourselves better, how to communicate a really healthy way to our kids, to our partners. That's all stuff us in our 30s, in our 40s, in our 50s are fucking learning now. And that's the things that we're trying to break now as men, as fathers, so we're not passing that shit on to our kids. I know for myself, I've been on this journey of personal development for about 20 years now. It's been a fucking hard road. It has been peeling back layer upon layer upon layer of stuff from myself, from my childhood, from my past, from the people around me, and building it back up with healthier habits, healthier ways of actually showing up, and what I'm actually teaching to my kids. Because I want to be able to give them the best that I can possibly give. And it takes fucking a lot of work. It really does. And how I am as a father now is probably how I wish my father was when I was growing up. It's yes, I'm providing for our family. It's I'm creating a safe space for our family, but I'm also really fucking present there for them. I'm really supportive of them as well. And I think that's one of the things that is lost so much. But in saying so, it's also really hard as guys to try to figure out, how do we do it all? How are we going to be able to be the provider, the protector, while also being emotionally available for our kids or for our partner? While also looking after yourself in the top of that. Because how often do you give everything to everybody else and leave yourself last? How often are you working your fucking ass off to provide for your family, and then soon as you're home and you're looking after the kids, to give your missus a bit of space? You want to have that connection, that fun, that presence with your kids. You want to give your partner some space to look after themselves. You want to make sure that they're in a good space as well. So you're helping them, you're listening to them, you're that emotionally available for them. And then it comes to the end of the day, and you might be doing the fucking cleaning, doing the dishes, doing all of the stuff around the house that needs to be done to share that load through the whole family. But when everything goes dark, you're feeling fucking exhausted. You're feeling fucking empty because you actually haven't done anything for yourself. Is this what it's meant to be? Is this how this new model of fatherhood should be, where I'm giving fucking everything to everybody else, but then at the end of the day I'm feeling fucking empty, I'm feeling lonely, I'm feeling alone and lost and confused and just exhausted? Because that doesn't need to be the way. So this is where we want to start looking on what does it look like? What this new model of fatherhood actually look like? How can I be a grounded leader in the household? So this is where we get to learn and develop and grow. because it's fucking exciting. How can I still be bringing them really healthy old aspects of fatherhood, of being the provider, being the protector, but then how can I merge that within being like emotionally available for your family, to be the grounded leader in how you show up and how you lead the family and hold and support them, while also being able to make sure that you're looking after yourself. But again, it's fucking hard to do it. Sometimes I nail it, but this is still something I'm working on, because we're constantly moving through these different evolutions of fatherhood. I've got 4 kids now, from 10 the whole way down to 2. Shona's back working part-time as well. I'm running my own business, so time is fucking stretched. Certain seasons are really fucking hard. But it comes back to is like, okay, how do I get to show up in this? What do I get to do to be able to navigate this hard time, rather than just being pissed off of it? What can I take responsibility of? How can I show up better for myself so that I can show up better for my family in this? And one of the biggest things in this new model of fatherhood, in this grounded leader of your family, is self-responsibility. Like, what are you taking responsibility of within yourself for the dynamic, for the situation that you're in? How are you learning to put your needs first to be able to give to you? It's that whole idea of you can't pour from an empty cup, but how are you choosing to pour into your cup so that it is there to overflow into those around you? Because again, there's going to be so many times where you fucking fall into the old trap of giving everybody else, and then you'll break. It's not sustainable. So this is what it looks like to peel back the layers and figuring out, how can I give to me so that I can give to those around. So the biggest things that this comes back to for me is, it's looking at ourselves as that leader within the household. So what are some of the things that you can bring in as that leader in the household? What are some of the systems that you can create that's going to create more ease and flow with that? One of the biggest important things is having a family schedule. So you know what is actually happening ahead of time, so you can actually support each other in doing so. Number 2 is having the connection compass with your missus. If you haven't heard of this, go back to previous episodes where I talk into this and literally talk you through the date night ritual, the connection compass ritual. This is a fucking necessity in being able to show up as a grounded fucking leader in the household, being able to step into that new role of fatherhood. By being able to have that connection compass in place, that is a weekly non-negotiable for you and your missus, where you sit down, go through these questions every single week, share your wins, share your fucking struggles, share your appreciations, and plan your fucking life out. It is going to just change so many different aspects of yourself and the relationship that you have with your partner, and how everything else flows off that. So the first one is the self-responsibility. Second one is the connection compass. The third one is that self-reflection, that like having a practice for yourself that is allowing you to go deep in understanding yourself. Easiest one for this is like having a journaling practice. I call it the 4 power questions. At night time, sitting in bed with your journal and asking yourself 4 questions. What went well today? What didn't go well today? What lessons did I learn? And what's my focus for tomorrow? And by allowing yourself to go through them questions, that is one, allowing you to clear all the stuff out of your brain, but it's also 2, teaching you how to start understanding and question yourself at a higher level day to day. So what I mean by that is, when you look at what went well today, that's like bringing in your gratitude. That's looking for wins, looking for things that you've done well, looking for little interactions with your kids or your partner, and different things that you want to fucking pat yourself in the back for. Because a lot of times you're exhausted going to bed, you're like, fuck, that was a hard day. But you're just looking at the things that were hard because they're the things that was at more in the front of your mind. Whereas when you're looking at, where's my wins from the today, it allows you to see, it's like, actually, that was a really cool day. There was just some hard moments in that day. The second question is, what didn't go well, is asking yourself, where did I fuck up, or where could I have done better? Where did my old patterns start playing out? Pattern recognition is so fucking important. Understanding your triggers, understanding the things that stress you out, how you react to certain situations is fucking paramount to be able to show up in a new way in fatherhood. And again, this ties in with that self-responsibility, taking that radical ownership of yourself. So journaling that every night is going to allow you to start seeing the patterns play out more and more. It's going to allow you to start seeing the things that you need to work on more and more. Then what lessons that I learn is allowing you to go deeper into that. What are the actual lessons in there? It's like, why do I keep falling into the same pattern? Why do I keep reacting in that same way? And then the last question is, what do you need to focus on tomorrow? That's bringing forward that intention for yourself tomorrow. So it's fucking easy practice, but it's hard to do. Whereas if we can have that self-responsibility, if we can have that weekly connection compass with your missus, when you can have that daily self-reflection by a journaling practice, there are going to be 3 things that are going to be a big fucking game changer in how you show up in your day-to-day in fatherhood. And that's going to help you start moving away from that old model of fatherhood, of being the fucking provider, just being the fucking busy dude, head down, blinkers on, just pushing through, and then reacting to your kids whenever you're feeling overwhelmed, and then being pissed off, feeling guilty for doing so. That's going to start moving you away from that, where you're going to be able to show up in a more grounded version of yourself. You're going to start showing up better with your partner. You're going to be communicating better. You're going to be working as a team so much better. The whole family unit is going to be working and being so much better organized. And then everything will start falling into place more. But the big thing we need to speak about here is don't strive for perfection, because perfection is fucking illusion. It's not going to be fucking perfect. There's going to be speed bumps along the way. There's going to be fucking tantrums along the way. So allowing you to see and understand and recognize that that is okay. We're striving for progress rather than that perfection. If you do fuck up, how do you come back from that? How quick can you build things back up after that mess up? And by doing so, again, that comes back to that first point of taking responsibility. It's like putting your hand up. It's like, I messed up here. It's like, I shouldn't have fucking reacted in that way. And being able to repair after them ruptures, after the things that you mess up in. You are someone who's still providing, still protecting, but you're fucking becoming so much more emotionally available and so much more of a solid leader in the household. You're looking after yourself so that you can look after your family. And that is what is gold. That is what we want to work towards. Reach out to me on Instagram if you have any questions. Or if you want to really go fucking deep with this, come join me. Come join us in the Grounded Father movement. This is weekly calls where we talk about this shit every single week. We support each other. You'll have trainings and different resources that's going to help you implement this on a day-to-day basis. And if you want to go even deeper and working on some of the other ugly stuff that's underneath the surface, I do a 30-day reset every couple of months where we're able to work one-on-one and really dive deep into them old patterns, them old aspects of yourself, start setting solid fucking foundations, and then really help you hit the ground running from there. So reach out on Instagram if you want any more information on any of that. But for now, just remember, nothing's going to change until you change.